We're Sarah and Jess pulling chairs to the table, sharing these stories wild and unstable. Trash talk to tacos, it's how we play. New episodes dropping every Tuesday.
Stare at you like this, and then we'll be like staring at each other. Is it working? Are we on?
Hey, weirdos.
I love it. More weirdos. So there have been a lot of like strange Toledo Trashies things going on that I've been posting about. Do you know about any offhand?
Well, so many, I can't think. With
People-
you putting me on the
I know.
spot.
I'll tell you guys one. So the Agenda Bar. I don't know what's going on with that Agenda Bar, but they, for 1 month, no, not 1 month, one year, got their license taken away for liquor. But I think they need to fully close down. Like they made it sound like they couldn't even serve food. Like it's completely shut down for a year.
A lot of that, though, is going to make, you know what they're hoping for, ultimately, that the owner, so nobody can even buy that spot and like open it.
I don't think so. And who else did this happen to? I think Andrea's Pub, which is right up the road. Did you ever
They
go
never
there?
opened.
They
Yeah,
never
I used to
reopened.
go there all the time. Yeah.
My cousin Brandon used to go there a lot. I went there once with our friends, the Coles. And I kind of like remember looking around and I was like, yeah, this is why I don't come here. It was weird.
It went through its differences. For years, it was this way, and then it started like going downhill.
Oh,
let's say.
okay.
And then there was multiple shootings. That's why they closed, isn't it?
Which is like right up the road from where we live now. So that's a little freaky.
Yeah, it's an area you wouldn't think that stuff like that happens.
It's true.
It's
But
happening.
we're in West Toledo. And so they were talking about it. And on the sign, maybe you should look this up and see if you can find the agenda sign. It says something about a hotel, which is weird because they're like, what does this restaurant have to do with a hotel? And one of these girls in the thread was asking about it. Like she goes, what's this about? And people were attacking her. And I'm like, why are they all attacking people?
There's something called North attached to it too. An ORF. It's a clothing brand thing. I don't
For the agenda bar? Or-
Yeah, when I was doing my
Oh.
stalking and you heard about the shooting, I would go from like person to
Mhm.
person and see what I could
Yeah.
find out. This North thing came up a lot.
Oh,
NORF.
so
I think it's a clothing.
so we might be able to find out about North.
I'm trying
and
to find.
the Agenda Bar. So look up Toledo, Ohio, the Agenda Bar picture of their sign, and it should come up. And then, so it says that. So everyone's attacking her and everyone's mad at her for asking what this is about because it is weird. I don't know. We don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. So I felt kind of bad for her. And then at the bottom, they're like, I want the Polish ostrich. We need to start a petition and they need to be shut down too. And I was like, damn, I don't know what that's about because I don't think I've ever been to the Polish ostrich.
I've been there. I've
Have
never
you?
had any problems. Of course, my friend runs it. I know.
You did say that.
So, and I know the owner well, and she is a straight shooter. If anything goes wrong, I don't think it's lack of them not
Caring.
trying to keep it out.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So-
that would be my opinion. of
Where
course.
is the Polish ostrich?
It's the old Longhorn Saloon. It's
Wow.
candy.
Okay. My mom used to go there back in the day.
Now there
Alright.
was a shooting, but supposedly not. I know it wasn't in the bar. It was outside of the bar, and it wasn't even supposedly a patron that did it.
That area
but I
is a
don't know.
little sketch,
mean-
so it could be anything.
Yeah, well, that street peak is right across. It's like a dead end street right there. And when I lived over there, because I lived like one street over.
Was it Vermont?
Fairview?
Fairview.
Fairview and Savannah, the ugly tan house. There was scary things that would happen. There actually used to be that 3-story bar. And like, I guess every level was different. Like one was the techno, one was, I don't know. And the top floor was the dominatrix floor where people would whip you with whips. I didn't even know it was there.
That's
I
interesting.
learned. But there was a shooting when I lived there outside my window in the Burger King parking lot.
Yeah.
So that area
scares
has
me.
always been a little bit.
It's true. It's like right on the verge of like Cherry Street downtown area and then like the Mancy's area. It's just not the best. I worked at a credit union. It used to be AP Federal Credit Union over there. And we almost had like the FBI came in because they got like wind of a robbery that was supposed to happen, like a bank robbery. And that was scary. And that's the time I left. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Well, good thing the bank at Point Place had a.
They did. I saw that.
Have you worked in baking for years? You
Mhm.
never had. the luxury.
Thank
Well,
God.
Thank God, yeah.
I tried to like envision it all the time on like how I'd react, what I'd do. Like, if I don't know. It was terrifying, but I'm glad I'm not in that anymore.
I heard you shouldn't say no.
Yeah, they say it just to give them the money, you know. You try to give them all the things that you're
And
supposed
push
to
the
give them.
button.
Push the button, give them the bait money, give them. And I was always afraid of the red dye packs because I was like, if that bitch goes off, they're coming back for me. If like for sure you're getting shot. So
Yeah.
that did kind of freak me
I've
out.
seen money with some dye on it. Does that mean it was in a dye bag?
Probably, maybe.
I never thought about it because it'd be like spackles, not like the whole thing. But
Mhm.
I wonder if it was one that made it out of the explosion.
It could be. It could be. And sometimes they go off when they're not supposed to go off. Like maybe you have a faulty dye pack.
I'd be like, if I was working the cashier, dollar store, anywhere, and I seen some dye on my bills, I'd be like, sorry, you got dye on here. I think you stole this. You can't take it.
I'm sure they would love you.
Yeah, right.
They'd be like, Sarah. Yeah. So anyway, that's a little bit. Oh, and someone sent you some messages about some interesting Toledo things, right?
What was it?
Something about a sheets going in.
Yeah, Shano.
Yeah. So I don't, where's the sheets going in?
Supposedly, the rumor I heard was that bar 145 is going to be torn down and a sheets is going to be placed there.
But you know what doesn't make sense about that is they'd have to get rid of that whole thing. So it'd be reset. There's some lending place in there. There used to be the popcorn lady. Now it's just Bassett's Nuts, I think.
So are they
all going out? Are they like taking the whole plaza? You know,
because those are all renters and they have legal binding agreements, but it depends. They could have left them on limbo month to month, and an owner, no offense, isn't going to tell any of his tenants anything until it's done because they're not going to get rent, and nobody else is going to lease a place with that happening. So
that hanging over their heads. Yeah, that's true. So
hopefully we're not spreading rumors. Actually, hopefully we are.
I don't know. News is news. Yeah. I don't know. So it's just interesting. So we'll see if we get a sheets and if bar 145 goes down. The thing is, bar 145, I think, is one of the late night hotspots for the young people. They still go dancing there and stuff, and they have live bands. And who doesn't like a live band?
Well, they took away some of ours.
Gnat. You know how much I hate gnats? I'm going to guess. No, I didn't get it. Yeah. I didn't get it. Yeah, was there something else? Oh, there was another thing. So there's a funeral home. I wouldn't call it Warner's Corner, but it's on Alexis and Germainsville.
Yes.
I can't remember what it used to be, but I do know that there was a bad news bear that worked there, and he was like trying to do stuff with, because one of Ron's employees, it was his niece that was there for a funeral. Like literally, like she was the person. The funeral was for her. And they called the family and said that they found him touching the corpse. I'd be so pissed. So pissed.
They found a dead body at Monroe Cemetery today.
Did they?
Monroe, Michigan. My mom told me. We'll have to look into that.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I don't know what is possibly going in where that funeral home was. I thought they said Casey's. What's Casey's?
Like somebody who bought it, he is called, let me see. According to Aries, a Casey's marketing company purchased it in April for $1,025,000.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a lot of money. I wonder what it's like in there. Like the embalming room.
There's gotta be ghosts.
I asked when we got my mom cremated if the guy believed in ghosts, and he said no.
My thing is, if you're on a funeral home and you really got mad at somebody, do you think at least one that we don't know, a funeral home director, killed somebody that they could get away with it because they have the connections?
I mean, I'm sure someone out there. You hear a lot about funeral home hooplas. Like, what else was there? There was something where not too long ago, a guy had a funeral home and they were advertising like green funerals. And he was storing the bodies in like a uncooled garage. Just
oh my God.
Just like 100 bodies or like stuffed. And it was like in a California type of area where it's hot as hell. And the fluids were just like leaking. Everything was like settling. And there was a big lawsuit about that. I remember seeing that recently.
So my thought was like, say husband and wife, they own the funeral home. And you could just kill your wife if you didn't like her anymore and say she died and not tell anybody. The family would probably believe you and just have a real funeral, but nobody knew she even died. Will they find out if you don't do your steps you're supposed to?
Well, I
Like you
feel
can
like
act like everything's real and go bury her in the.
I feel like maybe that would happen in a small town, but other people will
Well,
have
yeah, because
questions.
here the people that own the funeral homes don't own the cemeteries, and everything's probably
Mhm. Yeah, interconnected. Now, if you own like a crematorium, because not all funeral homes have a crematorium.
I wonder how
So
many
it's a
dead
whole thing.
bodies they find building like new areas.
Oh my God, a really crazy story. So my mother-in-law, the cemetery, I can't remember which one it is. It's like Toledo Memorial Park, maybe. It's over in Sylvania.
On
Right,
Alexis
yes.
by the Kroger.
By the
Across from the
Kroger.
Kroger. It is. I
Sylvania.
think you're right. My grandpa said.
Oh, okay.
And my aunt.
Yeah. Ron's grandparents were there. His mom's been having a moment over the gravestones because they've been covered and they're not taking care of them and all of that. So she complains and complains and complains. So finally, they're like, we cleaned them. They're good. They go back and they're gone. Like the tombstones aren't there at all. And then they're walking around and they find them in a different spot. Like they're in a totally different spot, the tombstones. And they said that they look like totally different tombstones. And I was like, look.
So they moved the whole bodies?
I don't know. I don't think they did. I think they just moved the tombstones and thought that maybe they wouldn't notice or maybe they forgot.
The workers are probably like, we don't have the right bodies under these anyways, so it don't matter where we move it. That's probably what they were saying.
I don't know, but the thing is like when they went to go bury them, they knew where they were buried because it was, within their lifetime. So now when they put them back, they put them in the wrong spot. Like, how do you do that?
Why did they have to remove the tombstone? I've cleaned graves
they were like
going to visit.
It was sunken in,
really,
and the grass was covering it, and there were just some.
I thought it was just like covered. I see
totally
quite a few at the Jackman when we go walking. Yes, we like to walk at the cemetery.
A lot of people do,
and there's a lot that are bad.
Yeah. So they thought they fixed it, and then they went there, and they're so cute. So like the lawn man, he's like, "Do you want me to clean off the grave?" And my mother-in-law, she's like, "I was thinking to myself, you can, but the grave is moved. It's not in the right spot. So where are their bodies?" And she didn't even bring it up. She just came home like upset about it. And I'm like, oh my God, I would have been like, yeah, let's go see. Look they moved from here to here. Can you explain that? So I don't know what's going on over there, but just so you know, I don't know if I trust these burial places.
No. And eventually, like, what did we think? Like, as years, did we not think the world was going to still be here? Because it is. I mean, you're running out of room. They get old. They're getting neglected. Like that one I was talking about, I didn't even know it existed. Sometimes you are going to end up building houses in cemeteries. We already kind of live.
They find bodies all the time when they're on like old burial grounds and stuff.
Bones and.
So it's crazy. I don't know, something to think about.
I heard during the Miami, what's that hospital out there? That when they started, it was like an orphanage and they found bodies, but they had a cemetery there for the orphanage.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Those things do kind of freak me out. Like the homes for like the poor houses back in the day too.
What was
or
it
like
called?
The shared houses. I don't know. Like they're almost like hostels, if you will. And then people would die. And I don't know what they did with them. Oh, crazy.
So she doesn't know.
No.
And isn't gonna ask. And
I don't know.
So does she go back?
Call.
I would have the issue with visiting both places now every time.
It's weird.
Actually, I'd probably visit the first place knowing that's the actual place.
Because I mean they would have known if the
I tell them
dirt was, up or whatever. So I don't know. But yeah, she's got to call. You got to call Kath. So
I would.
We'll see how that goes. So off that rant. So, all right. That's our Toledo Trashies news for now. So we were thinking about a call to action to all of you Toledoans out there who have access to, say, your grandparents' and great-grandparents' journals. Have you read those? You ever read your grandparents' journals?
Oh, I don't think I have access to any journals.
No, okay. I took all of my grandma's, which I know I've said this before. But, I mean, and we used to have, like, these boxes when I was little of, like, old family letters and stuff. So I know people have to have these. So I want to know the family secrets. It's so funny how people will just shove stuff under the rug and you don't find out about it.
Did you find secrets?
Not for sure like secrets, but like
Moments.
yeah, like
in
grandma
life?
would talk about like, you know, things that happen with like her kids and like what she thought should have happened, or maybe some stuff mom had done to me that she didn't think was quite right.
Oh, wow, that would be crazy to go back and read.
It was hard. I started crying. It was too soon, and I put them back up in the attic, and I've not brought it back down.
Oh, so you did not?
I did
do
not
that
fully
part.
read it. I started to, and I was like, "Damn, this shit
Because
is
you
deep."
that's just one and you barely got far. You don't know.
Yeah, and I was a little
It'll
like
be
made me
one
feel
day.
bad. Yeah, so I'm sure there's some interesting things in there, but I want to know your spicy family secrets, or maybe not even your family, just things you've heard of people. So one thing that has happened in Toledo are I don't know, what was it called? It's the Toledo Clubber. So it sounds like it's the Toledo guy that goes to the clubs and murders people. No, this guy literally went walking with a club people, and they never caught him. So let's get into it. So first, the receipts. The spree pops hard in the late 1990s. So around 1925, Toledo's west side, multiple women were attacked from behind, and at least 4 were murdered, bludgeoned over just a short amount of time. So the newspapers at the time connected the clubber to a lumber yard, arson, and a spat of bombings, which sounds crazy. I don't know. I remember I taught my husband what a Molotov cocktail is, and he's like, "How do you know about this?" I was like, "I read a lot." I was like, I don't know. So this guy was going around doing some kind of bombings and, you know, throwing things. When guards cut into his fund, because apparently our guy believed in I can't even do this. Career diversity is what they're calling it. He just wanted to do all the crimes. So they even describe a hideous face with red paint around its eyes, which is either a villain origin story or your worst Halloween makeup tutorial ever. So attacks and suspected murders flare again in 1926, just a year later. And the press was counting at this time 7 victims. So authorities chased tips and named suspects and never closed it. So we don't know.
So that's till today. Like nothing.
No one has a clue.
So one of our grandparents or family members could have been a murderer.
Or know the murderer. Like
Yeah.
maybe they're just family friends.
Or maybe it's a female.
Maybe it's a female clubber. So a few of the victims' names, this will help if this is your last name. We need your help. It's Biula Purvis, Grace Loomis.
Biula.
Yeah.
Biula.
Let me tell you, this is Beulah. I almost want to say Balula, but it's not. So anyway, we looked it up and it said Biula.
Biula.
Okay. So that's what we're going with. So then Grace Loomis, Loomis, and Dorothy
Solgowski.
Siel.
Zielogowski.
Sielagowski. That's a Polish one. So each case folded into the clubber narrative. And so their lives mattered, and the headlines loved the moniker because it sounds fun. So did police have suspects?
Yes.
They did. Convictions?
No.
No. So over the years, armchair detectives have linked the spree to assorted local men, maybe some traveling creeps, or even true crime lore. So I don't know. One of the names that floats around the most is Alonzo Robinson, which is interesting. I'd expect it to be a different last name with the name Alonzo, but whatever. A grave robber and murderer whose crimes were not in Toledo, but got cross-threaded with the clubber mythology in later retellings of the story. So most historians say that the link is questionable at best, but it's giving, just more interest to the case.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do they make, so I have a metal detector, and one day I was like, I wonder if that's how grave robbers know which dead people have jewelry to rob them. But they don't go down that far, I guess.
I don't
For
think
reason.
grave robbers exist in this day and age. We would all see it, hear about it. No, you think they do?
No, but I do have a story. I went to the most haunted cemetery,
Mhm.
and the now sheriff back when he was in high school, robbed the grave, and he had a skull that he kept in his car. But no,
Sounds
he didn't get in
inappropriate.
trouble. You could tell where the graves were dug up. I don't know. Could we have grave robbers today? Because they are secluded graves. Like nobody's ever around. I don't know if you could dig a hole in one, but I mean, you could.
I'm sure in some small towns you could get away with something like that. But at a big cemetery, I'm assuming they might have cameras somewhere.
Now they just rob you at the funeral
Mm,
before they put you in there.
That's true. That's what it sounds like. So others point to local suspects whispered in forums and archives. So we still don't have a definitive ID. And the only thing we can say for sure is the city was on edge. The reward posters were out there and the press cranked the terror dial to 11. I mean, can you imagine though, in 1920s, the only thing you have is the news. Word doesn't travel far. This is how everyone got away with everything because, you know, there weren't as many people out there to see. There was not electronics per se. I can't even imagine that. Like our grandparents lived in an era, some of them, where they didn't even have televisions.
My dad went up north this week for a whole 7 days, and my mom called me 2 hours after he left. Your dad forgot his phone. No radio, no phone, no internet, but he does have trail cams. So how my mom and him are communicating is through the trail. And she sent me all these like 100 photos of him cutting the grass. Because every time he wants her to know he's okay, he'll just go. It'll snap his.
I'd be so bored though.
My brother's the one having to forward them all to her.
Oh my God, because he's the one with access to the trail.
Because he's up here all by himself. And of course, my mom's going to have some communication to know he's okay.
Your mom has always been a busybody.
Oh,
She's like the mom that was on the phone for like 18 hours. Still
she probably still is. If I miss her call and call her back, she'll already be, see, look.
Oh my God.
Those are all in.
She's funny.
You put a note.
Well, I'm glad he's okay because I do worry about hunters and being like a hunter serial killer, like killing the hunters, pecking them off one by one.
Or accidentally killing them.
Yeah, that's true too. So back to the story. Picture this: Toledo, these factories, night shifts, street lights that don't quite reach the alleys, women walking home from work, independently visible, and in the press's mind, scandalously. Yeah.
Did women work in the 20s?
Some did, yeah. Some people were still, you know, being trailblazers. Not everyone could afford to be stay-at-home moms even in the 20s. So the boom. A phantom who strikes from behind, and arsons and bombs, and you've got a civic panic speed run. I hate the way my ChatGPT does my script sometimes. These words I would not use. We're going to have to really edit this.
Mine definitely sounds a little bit more like 6th grade.
Yeah, we kind of like read this through and I'm still not getting it. So anyway, some of it just sounds wonky. Well, you've got police patrolling is being ramped up. The citizens have formed vigilante groups and rumors were spreading. So now,
it says rumors did cardio.
Yeah, I know. See, and I just had to improvise because I was like, rumors did cardio. What the fuck does that even mean? Did you understand that? So when you read this and it's going through my mind, I'm like, this makes no sense.
Your rumor lost weight.
So fast timeline for your brain glove box. Early mid 1925, there are lumberyard fires and home bombings. I'm saying this because it says then home/tenement bombings raise alarms. I don't even know what the tenement means. I feel like that's an extra word and we don't know what it means. So anyway, November 1925, a cluster of street attacks and bludgeoned murders of women on the West Side. West Side.
So he didn't rape them, or we're going to find that out?
Shit, I don't know. It doesn't ever give me the details I want.
It would tell you.
It gives me the extra
that
words.
he just kills them out of anger. Maybe he had a bad mom.
Well, so he just kills them. That could be mommy issues. So 1926, new attacks are reported. Press tallies to the 7th victim by late year in 1926. So the aftermath, we have tips, we have rumors, we have dead ends, no confirmed arrests, and they're tying all the incidents in together. Now we know in 1926, maybe people weren't connecting all the dots. So I don't know. I feel like someone has to know who this is. Like Toledo is Toledo, and back then it was smaller.
But if you think about it, look at the Cook brothers. They didn't get caught for a long time, and there was so many ways you would think they should have got caught. They didn't even hide their bodies. They
Sure, they
so
left
did
them
this
out.
guy. Probably just killed them and left.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, it's fine. So yeah, the nickname is campy, but I don't know. The reality is that it wasn't campy. It was real. And if you're listening in on a late walk and you hear someone behind you, it might be the Toledo Clubber. He might be 90 and he's going to beat you with his cane now.
And you couldn't even pretend to be on the phone with somebody. You
Back
couldn't
then,
have that backup. You could be like, "Oh, mom."
There's no fake out.
What's she doing?
Yeah.
Like maybe they think she's rich and has some kind of technology, but I doubt it.
Yeah, there's like no, there's no way to get away.
There's no faking it.
No faking it till you make it. So they said, keep a friend on the line and please don't audition for a 1920s newspaper headline. I don't know. I think we need to start writing our own.
The headlines
scripts.
were pretty wild in the 20s.
They're just silly. They just didn't make any sense. So I don't know. Maybe they just didn't have such like salacious words. They everything back then was like a little bit more toned down and childlike sounding.
Shortened.
Yeah, everything was kind of strange. So Northwest Ohio, this is your moment. Did your great grandma keep a diary about the 1925 and 26s? And did they talk about the panic? Do we have family scrapbooks out there with information from your grandpa? Maybe we have some trophies per se. Maybe he took something.
Interesting. I thought to think back to like your heirlooms, family stuff.
Yeah, you never know. So now we're hunting primarily for sources. So I'm interested. I'm interested in hearing if you know anything about the Toledo Clubber from the 90s who went around clubbing women. Does not say they raped him. He's just a clubber. So I don't know.
I want to know more about him.
Yeah. So in part 2, we'll get into our ancestors issues. So keep your matches in the drawer and your clubs on the green and your receipts in the nearest little folder. I don't know where the receipts came from. They keep talking about receipts in this script, and I didn't hear anything about receipts. Was it from the lumberyard? Was it because the lumberyard got burnt down and they were rummaging through receipts? I'm not sure. They didn't really say. So don't think ChatGPT does it all right all the time.
No.
So it doesn't. So another thing I had heard about recently were melonheads. Do you know Northern Ohio has a folklore of the melonhead children? Sarah said she'd heard of this. I had never heard of this until today.
I was looking up Ohio, what do you call them, like superstitions and ghost stories a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
yeah, I think it's so strange. So Ohio's most famous back road dare is Wisner Road in Kirtland, not Kirkland, because
correct.
It's Kirtland. So you roll your windows down and you swear you see the shapes in the tree lines darting back and forth. They're everywhere. And legends say they're the melonheads. So Sarah, can you tell us about Dr. Crow?
Yeah, so Dr. Crow is actually a doctor, they say.
Not a fake one.
They supposedly, there's 2 different ways this story goes.
Yeah.
The first story goes that this doctor
he was trying to help them.
Yeah.
Is the first one. The doctor was a helper.
He was a researcher that he had a cabin on Wisner Road. Supposedly, the cabin burned down, and it was because either he was compassionate. So the story is he's a compassionate healer who cared for children suffering from a condition that causes them to have abnormally large heads. It's called hydrocephalus, which sounds right because cephalus, that word means like big, I think, or something.
Like syphilis?
Yeah. I hope not.
I don't know. I don't know anything about syphilis.
So after his death, sometimes portrayed as accidental, the kids were left alone and eventually became the melonheads, haunting the forest. The other version is that he was a sinister figure conducting twisted experiments and doing horrible things causing deformities. In revenge, they burned down the house.
Yeah. So there was a local newspaper that back in the day argued that there was a Dr. Crow. So they say that that is real if you believe the sources. And they said that the cabin did burn down. So even if he was real, there's that other portion of what did he do? Did he inject the children to give them giant heads with liquid, or
Was he really saving big
was he trying to save the melonhead children?
Fake. It's not fake.
And I feel like calling them melonheads is super inappropriate in this era. So I apologize. Might be a true.
Yeah, there's nothing historical.
People with
that
big
proves
heads.
it. I have a big head, and it's got a lot of brains too.
For sure.
On Tuesday.
So, reality check. Researchers say Dr. Crow probably wasn't real. So, I don't know. I
There
feel like
is a
if a
movie-
newspaper said it,
The movie that came out in 2024, The Melonhead, House
it
of
made it to
Crow.
the big screen.
Did you know that already?
I don't know if I knew that. So, what's undeniable about this is it has a pop culture footprint because of the movies. And it said there was one in 2010 as well. Did you know that? Did you know that?
Yes.
So, The Field Guide to Evil. And the other one, it says that tons of internet lore can be found thanks to sites like
Creepy Cleveland.
Yeah. I've never been on Creepy Cleveland, but I think I would be a fan. So,
But they say you can find the cabin leftovers and a carved name. How true that is, I don't know.
I mean, there probably is a carved name. That sounds realistic. If you go looking, be smart. These are residential rural areas. So don't block driveways, be considerate, don't trespass.
And don't summon monsters.
I know, because we
With
also
Monster
believe in the
Energy drink.
Mothman.
Did you see what
I know, it says such stupid things. You like monster drinks too. Maybe that's why
I
it
don't.
said
I
that.
quit them.
Don't summon them with your monster
I
drinks
quit
and your
my
cryptids.
addiction of monsters.
I'm glad. You are having way too much caffeine.
I mean, I do have one every few weeks, maybe, but
I have one cup of coffee in the morning and I'm talking Amy's ear off, telling her all my deepest, darkest secrets in the morning.
don't
from
have
8 to
coffee
9.
anymore.
I know.
Mm,
I'm always looking at Amy like she's judging me. I know it.
that's
That's okay. I'm me and I'm just doing what I do. So if she likes me, she likes me. She doesn't, she doesn't. But I do think she likes me.
she likes you. Who wouldn't like you?
A lot of people don't like me. Don't ask them that because then they're going to start sending messages. So the wrap up today, Toledo Club murders, we did not talk about, so I shouldn't read it. But let me tell you, it's not real. Someone was not found dead in the Toledo Club in 1910. Yeah. We read about it and we thought we were going to do it and we didn't fully read what ChatGPT sent us. And then I realized there was no murder. And I'm like,
Do you
why
know
did they talk
it's
about that?
It's done that to me though. We're just gonna question, it'll answer it, and then weeks later it'll act like it never told me the stuff it told me weeks before.
Oh, because it's like learning
like
it
the
should talk
system-
about that.
Yes.
Yeah. I just came across an article. Actually, it's scheduled to go out on Talking Trash and Tacos this week. It was about a gentleman who's trying to cut sodium out of his diet, and they told him instead use sodium bromide. And it's a chemical and it makes you sick. I think sodium bromide's like a cleaning agent. I could be wrong. But anyway, he was supplementing regular table salt for this sodium bromide and wound up in the hospital. And so then I asked ChatGPT, I'm like, hey girl, did you seriously put some guy in the hospital by telling him to put sodium bromide on his food instead of salt? And she goes, this is a true story, Jessica. And I think she felt bad about it. So just so we all know, she doesn't.
Yours is a
purpose-
girl.
Yeah, and yours is a boy. 'cause
Yeah.
We heard his voice.
Yeah.
We made someone else look into this. Was it my stepdaughter? I don't know. Oh, my mother-in-law. Hers is a boy. Ron and I's.
How did he get me to do that? I'm gonna ask.
He said right here.
Can you say hi to my Talking Trash and Tacos fans? We're on our podcast right now. Say hi to everybody, please.
The show.
Thank you.
He sounds pretty proper, and I really like his voice, but that's why he sends me some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, making me say words that I would never use and things that don't make sense. So anyway, so 1910, no murder at the Toledo Club, but the Toledo Club does have a secret section because they did serve alcohol during Prohibition.
Yeah, they had like a secret panel.
Yeah.
And secret rooms they did have.
And I would assume any all men's club in the 1910s and 20s, it was a little shady. There was some stuff
Are
going
you talking
down.
like sex stuff?
Well, yeah, I feel like there's so many like bisexual people out there. And like when they'd get together at these like men's clubs, yeah, they would do that sometimes. Bathhouses, things like that. And they would still have families. So it's kind of confusing and icky. But I also think, there's like scandalous deals going on. Several presidents had been seen at the Toledo Club and visited over the years. And I think that's a little crazy. And it used to be called the Draconian Club in the 1880s.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, sounds like Dracula is going to come out and eat our faces off at the Toledo Club.
And they moved it.
They did.
Which is crazy.
So the presidents that visited there were McKinley, Teddy Roosevelt, Taft, Harding, and Hoover, and FDR. Do you know who that is?
I do, because my list said the real name. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
And we went and visited there in elementary. Did you go?
Nope. I went there for my sister's wedding.
No, the Toledo Club. But FDR has like a home. I'm just saying like a museum.
No.
Yeah. So
Here?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Watch me be wrong. Watch it be something totally different. It's not like Roosevelt's house. I wasn't paying attention.
Was he related to Teddy?
Teddy Roosevelt? Yeah.
How was he related?
Maybe they're not. I don't know. Now I'm confused. Don't do that. It's not nice. So anyway, we don't know if FDR and Teddy Roosevelt are related.
I can't believe Tanya Hart was there.
Where do you see that? That sounds like the club went wrong.
There was a President Harding.
Tanya Harding.
Who's President Harding?
He was a president. I don't know when.
What was his first name?
I don't know. Harding?
Like, I know Taft was Robert, right?
No.
Sure, Taft.
Okay, I'm not playing this game with you. I am not smarter than a third grader, a fifth grader, or whatever it is, a sixth grader even. I'm just not. I don't have that knowledge. So that's why I'm not a teacher. I know some teachers and they're really smart and it's kind of intimidating. I just wish I could memorize things like that. Do you have teacher friends?
Who needs a teacher when you got ChatGPT? As long as they don't feed us the wrong salt. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It has lied to me, though, a few times on advice.
It has. It has been.
He's mad at me.
So they also say that everyone thinks this murder in 1910 was smushed together. So Toledo Yacht Club and maybe the Toledo Club were being confused. We only know what was written down and we don't know if the person telling the story was being legit or not. So we only get half of the frickin' info. So anyways, same as now, no different. So they think that there was a little boy that fell off of a top story.
Yes, I did hear this.
At the yacht club, at the Toledo Yacht Club.
See his shadow. There's also an older gentleman that supposedly died. Mm-hmm. They're not murdered, though. And you can see him at the fireplace.
That's interesting. So I think it was just a murder mishap, mix-up. So it's definitely not a settled fact. It's a fun legend, and that's all it is.
But I will tell you, while I was in the elevators to Lindsay's at her wedding, the people that worked there did say that the following weekend, the ghost hunters were going to do their experiment. So there is shows and articles or something about.
Yes. Do you know my new tenant? We shall call her Kay. She does ghost hunting. So the day she was moving in last week, we were there finishing up that surround because there was a mishap. My husband wound up in the ER because his tendons.
A ghost did it.
Yeah, his tendons snapped off his bicep and passed out. It was crazy. Anyway, we had to go back and she was moving in. She told me she was going ghost hunting. I don't know if it was Columbus or Cleveland. I'm not the best listener, but I got the full aspect of she does ghost hunting. And does it overnight. And they have all the tools. And she calls me Miss Jessica. I hate it. I want her to fucking stop calling me Miss Jessica because it makes me sound like a weird old person. And I am old compared to her, but I don't want to be Miss Jessica.
I like being called bro. Hey, bro.
I don't know.
No, when I'm mad at Brian, I call him bro.
My brother-in-law says sweetie a lot. He's like, okay, sweetie, or sweetie this. That's not sweet. Stop calling me sweetie.
Ew.
Nobody likes that shit. Now he knows. Anyways.
You're in trouble again.
Always. For day.
That mouth of hers.
I know. I just say the things. but I don't like being called sweetie. Do you like being, if someone's like, hey, sweetie?
It's kind of not the word I like. I like hun better than hey hun.
I can
If
deal
it's
with
from a
hun.
girl,
Yeah.
not a guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
A guy I like, hi, how are you? And that's about it.
Hey, girl.
Or bro. I like
Bro. My grandson calls me bro sometimes when he doesn't call me Nina.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
Everything's a bro. Or like, bruh.
Bruh.
Like, are you talking about my bra? Can you see it? I don't know, but whatever. Kids are kids. They're adorable. And that's about all I got. I do feel like we should do another short segment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I bought Sarah a shirt to match my shirt. Let's go down. So it says something like, can you read it?
It says the interest.
In full transparent. No. Oh yeah.
In the interest of full transparency, it was not easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yes. And Ron hates this shirt. He's like, why are you wearing that? It looks like something your
I think it's cute.
stepmom would wear because my stepmom looked Disney. And I said, well, I like the goose. So I guess.
Did she always have a big Donald Duck t-shirt?
She probably did. Or Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse.
Do you ever talk to her?
No, it was her birthday recently. Happy birthday, Dana, if you watch, because I can't assume that you would watch. If you do, happy birthday. But no, I don't get to talk to her. Yeah. So, but she was around for a long time. So anyway, maybe I got it from her. Maybe that's why I like my duck. But yeah, nothing is easy peasy lemon squeezy ever. It's been rough.
It's definitely not easy ever.
Yeah. So
fake it till you make it.
If it's not hard work and you're not hurting, it's not working.
You fake it till you make it. Then you got Dory. She always said, just keep swimming.
I like that. Yep. All right. See ya.
Bye.
We're Sarah and Jess pulling chairs to the table, sharing these stories wild and unstable. Trash talk to tacos, it's how we play. New episodes dropping every Tuesday. We laugh, we cry, we spill what's real. Heartfelt, bizarre, the chaos we feel. From late night debates to pondering why. We're your best friends on a podcast. Hi. Casual chatter like friends in a room, bright as the sun and loud as the moon. No subject sacred, no thought too small. We're chewing on life, answering its call. We laugh, we cry, we spill what's real. Heartfelt, bizarre, the chaos we feel. From late night debates to pondering why. We're your best friends on a podcast. Hi. From top shelf wisdom to jokes down below, we've got a rhythm that'll steal the show. Hold your coffee, spill your tea, talking trash as tacos in glee. We laugh, we cry, we spill what's real. What's real, what's real.